All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Sharpshooters live for a special SummerSlam night. Tonight, we're going to be going through a bunch of fun stuff. We hope you guys are ready. I am, as always, one of your hosts, Danny. We have in-person host, Matt, and virtually, because it's his birthday week, we have John Juicebox coming from us from, where are you from again?
Quorum, hey yo, what up? Suffolk County represent.
I'm upset that I gave him any chance to talk. All right, so tonight we got a bunch of special fun. Tonight we got a bunch of special fun stuff for you. I apologize in advance for all the noise effects. We cannot control it on this end. It's only controlled through that little box in your lower right hand corner that you'll be seeing all stream.
I'll play it.
So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be covering our Fantasy SummerSlam card, which is really exciting, something we've been talking about for a while, which I can't wait to get to. And we're also going to be doing some SummerSlam predictions. I can't say SummerSlam tonight. We're going to be doing some predictions of the card tonight that is live around 8. And we got some other fun stuff sprinkled in there. But first, let us start off like we always start off with our trivia question, SummerSlam edition. Juicebox, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, all right. So, who did China pin at SummerSlam to win her second Intercontinental Championship?
I know this. It was the. I want to say it was the Triple Threat. It's either Jericho.
Again, if you're watching and you want to answer in the chat, go for it. Just you guys can't peek.
Can you do the first challenge?
First chat. I'm gonna say Jarrett, but but he might need a hint.
I was gonna say X-Pac.
Definitely not X-Pac.
Okay, so we have Jarrett and X-Pac. So the answer is Trish Stratus.
Oh, it was the stupid tag team match. Oh my god, I'm so mad.
Yep, it was China and I believe not Eddie Guerrero, or maybe it was Eddie, and they fought Val Venus and Trish Stratus.
It was Eddie,
and the stipulation was whoever pinned.
Damn it!
If either Val or Trish was pinned, China, the person that pinned them would have won. China pinned Trish, won the Intercontinental title.
I'm mad. That was a terrible match.
So your punishment is to say SummerSlam 5 times fast.
SummerSlam 5 times fast. SummerSlam. Boom, got it.
All right.
Glad I got that one.
Earned
I thought
it.
one of you would have gotten it.
No, I really thought it was the Jarrett stupid match.
Damn. All right. Yeah, that's why I said it was her second IC title. The first one was Jarrett in '99, right. I think that was. Yep, that was my question. So
White Tights Val. Oh, I remember White Tights Val. That's right. White Tights Val was terrible. Sorry, I'm probably going back and forth too much, producer. I apologize. All right. So, since it's SummerSlam night, let's start off with who we think is Mr. SummerSlam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I started looking through this, the first thing I did was just think of, when I think of SummerSlam matches, who I thought of, and then I did a little research to see who's been at the most SummerSlams, who won the most SummerSlams, to try to balance out. But I kind of went just with who I thought had some of the best matches. And actually, I'll let you guys explain what you did first, I guess, or you want me to say my pick first? How do you guys want me to do this?
Go for it.
It sounded like you were ready to go.
I think
go for it. No, though.
Very odd because I don't like him, but I think Bret Hart might be in contention for Mr. SummerSlam. He's had a lot of through all the research, he has a lot of great matches in the early '90s, good matches. The IC, the British Bulldog match, the Mr. Perfect match, the cage match. He's had a lot of great SummerSlam matches. Him or, I would love to say HBK. Edge is a good contender. But I think I'm going to go with Bret for myself. How are you guys thinking?
I think that's strong.
That's fair.
Mine, I kind of went a little more recent because I was taking the approach of who I think of when I think of SummerSlam. And I hate to say it as well, but Suplex City was born in SummerSlam.
Ooh, he's saying Brock
Lesnar.
So, quick note: Brock has the 4th most, I believe, wins. Brock has like the 4th most wins at SummerSlam. He's appeared 11 times and won 6.
9 of them.
I know. 7. Sorry, he's won 7.
He's main evented 9 SummerSlams out of like all of them.
That says Mr. SummerSlam. Now I can't say
now,
SummerSlam.
but the problem is that like main eventing, everything is like a main event now. Like SummerSlam time has 4 main events. So like when you say main eventing,
those are fake.
That's what I'm saying. Not every one of his main events was a main event.
No, I think they were.
Oh, everyone was like the last match on the card?
Yeah, I didn't look. Like I didn't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure each one was like him closing a night as a main event.
So Brock's a good pick then.
Thank you.
That's a good pick.
Those like 4 years they were in Barclays. Brock was like every year the guy.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, well, so I ended up going with someone different than those two, but those two were definitely in consideration for their own reasons as well. I mean, put it out there for everyone watching or will end up watching. This past week, I watched SummerSlam 88 to 98 for the first time. It was my first time ever watching any of them. I knew results. I know the iconic stuff, but I never actually watched them. And seeing all of Bret's stuff, I can see why Bret has the claim that he does for like those first like 10 years. The thing is, after 97, he kind of disappears and you don't see him really again until I think 2010 when he did that stupid Nexus tag team match.
Yeah, that was a terrible
He didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything there. That doesn't count. So for me, I mean, it's funny because first thing I looked at was Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, because
I was kind of hoping it would be Shawn Michaels.
Not even that. Despite him being Mr. WrestleMania, his win-loss record's like 5-11 or something like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't won a lot, even though he's considered the guy.
But I don't know if you see the chat, according to Mr. Melting Pad, it's only HBK because of that Hogan match in 2005. The greatest SummerSlam match ever.
No. Honestly, the skit where I think HBK dressed up as like a fake Larry King.
Yeah.
And the hype up for that match.
Yeah, that was great.
It was fake Hogan on like a fake Larry King show. Right?
He didn't. Yeah, he was a fake Larry. He didn't dress up as fake Larry King, but it was fake Larry King. That was very funny.
Yeah, I like that. But no. So I went with Edge. I went with Edge because he's 12-2 all
most
time
wins.
So despite the HBK thing I just said, I personally like to lean that way more. Like, yeah, and I still think of Edge more so with his matches, which we'll dive into in a little bit, I'm sure. But yeah, for me it was Edge, 12-2. His career's had more longevity amongst the event, which is more important for me. And like I was considering Seth, but Seth is like still going and he's killing it, but I don't really put him with it just yet. So yeah, for me I went with Edge. So I think it's really interesting we all went with different people.
So real quick stats, Edge has the 4th most SummerSlam matches, 12-2, like you said, 14 matches. Cena, Undertaker, and Orton all have more matches than him, only by like 1 or 2. But all their win-loss records are Cena's 5-10, Undertaker's 10-5, and Orton's 8-7. So they still didn't win it nearly as much as Edge. And then Seth is lower on the list. He's like 15th on the list with match appearances. So he's not even up there with like how many matches some of these guys have done. So pretty interesting, pretty good.
Cool. Well, hey, if you're here with us, let us know in the chat who your Mr. SummerSlam is, who you consider. What's someone we didn't name? Do you consider it a female? Perhaps Charlotte Flair, who was undefeated at SummerSlam. Let us know what you think. And also, if you're here or if you're watching, hit us with a follow and check us out on YouTube and get us a little subscribe button. Hit it. Give it a little tap. A little tippy tap.
So yeah, so just to recap real quick, we went with like really 3 different errors. I chose Bret Hart, Salvador chose Brock Lesnar, and DeFalco chose Edge. So really like 3 different errors of SummerSlam and wrestling. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Nice. Well done, everybody.
Pretty cool. All right. So with that, since we're talking about Mr. SummerSlam, let's go into our SummerSlam fantasy booking. So for those of you at home, I was like, what is that? For those of you at home that want to know the details, what we decided to do is look through or recall or however we want to do it, all the SummerSlam matches that we thought were some of the greatest and build a fantasy card using SummerSlam matches that have already taken place. The only caveat, two caveats, 8 match card, let's reverse that, and every wrestler can only wrestle once. So, for example, HBK can't do the Hogan match and then the Triple H match or whatever. It has to be just one match that involved HBK, one match that involved Edge, Brock Lesnar, and so on. So that's what's going to make it a little difficult. And we're also going to try to build it like an actual card. So we want like what we think would be a great opener, what's the real main event, and then how to kind of build it throughout. The one thing I'm going to say personally right before we get started is that as much as I tried, I have no women's matches on my card. Most of the women's matches were pretty crappy until like 2016, maybe. And even then, like, they for me to put a match on is just for me to put a match on just because I feel bad and like I don't want to build a card like that. I want to put the actual best SummerSlam matches. So unfortunately, WWE's done the women dirty, and I can't really put a match on the card. That's just for me. I don't know what you guys decide, and we're gonna do 2 out of 3 vote. So whatever majority decides.
Yeah. So that's funny that you say that because I was thinking that too. We never really locked that down, the 2 out of 3 thing. I think the first thing we should try and do is get the ones on there that maybe we're all in agreement on that like this has to be on there, or at least get it out of the way. Because obviously, once we put one match on, it's going to take certain matches away from us to pick. So I have one, but does anybody want to really start off with their match first, like a match to get this going?
So building off what we just did, and you can start, I think unless you have a different match, but I think we all kind of start with our Mr. SummerSlam and try to get those matches locked out, unless you have something you really want to start with.
I mean, I did just because I feel like I didn't really.
So go ahead.
Mr. SummerSlam. So I figured first one to throw on the table, TLC 2000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
For sure.
So before we put it on, because I'm with you guys to put it, but I wanted to make sure we weren't ignoring some other matches just in case we really wanted to get them on there.
Well,
so I think go ahead.
You lose the Undertaker Edge Hell in a Cell, which is a big one.
That was my Edge one. That's the only reason. Yeah. So that was one of the reasons. Edge and Taker in the Hell in a Cell 2008. Also Orton and Christian, the whole bar 2011.
Yes, that match was that 2011 run between those two were great. And also another one that I had as like a backup in case we needed to fill something like crazy. RVD and Jeff Hardy for the hardcore title in 2001 was a great ladder match at SummerSlam. That was a phenomenal match. So since we're doing the TLC that takes Jeff out too, I just wanted to give him a mention because that was a great match.
I was going to mention him too. I was going to lean though Jeff Hardy Punk TLC 2009.
That was another good one. That's when the Undertaker came back too, right?
Yeah. That's kind of why I wanted to start here. Like if we put the TLC on, we lose those 3, but then we want to use those 3. So it's kind of like that's where I figured a good place to start. What do you guys think?
I think we still, regardless, have to use the TLC.
Yeah,
it was that good.
It was
like,
iconic.
It has to be on the card.
Yeah. As much as I want that Hell in a Cell match and the ladder match and stuff, and Orton versus Christian was another great one. When we really look at the rest of the card, I don't even know if those 3 would even get on there anyway. So I think TLC is a definite.
I'll go one step further. I think this would be the perfect opening match to get like the crowd going.
See, I was thinking something else.
It could be a main event. Okay, we can talk about that.
But we'll look at that. We'll look at that. All right, so I'm just gonna right now for those of you at home are seeing, we have a fantasy box, our fantasy card. We are gonna reorder it, but I want to get our matches on there so we just definitely see it. So
I'm good with it. Yeah, so let's put it on there.
Tag Team TLC. That doesn't mean it's our opener, but right now that is just our first match. What was that from 2000?
2000.
That was 2000. I just want to try to put the years.
That's when the world ended.
Of course.
All right. So speaking of the openers, one match that I thought was going to be a great opener that I think is iconic: Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. That match was, I don't know if you saw that from like 2002. That match was one of the greatest SummerSlam matches I've ever seen in my
I
life.
kind of want to veto that though, because I have another Ray match that I wanted.
I know what Ray match you want.
Custody for
Yep,
Dominic.
you were gonna say that. Yo. So the custody match was actually a really good match. The ladder match itself was actually a really good match. The whole storyline was just terrible. No, I can't put the custody match on. I can't put the custody match on.
Well, I was going to say, just to put my booking hat on, from a booking standpoint, that's 2 ladder matches on one show. So
That's fair.
I wouldn't honestly, I wouldn't do it for that reason. Even though Angle Ray is my one, like, to put on 2 ladder matches. I don't know, can't really do it.
All right, so Kurt Angle, and I'm gonna move it up also personally. I think that's our good opener.
Yeah. I did have Eddie and Ray on my list.
We got a first time commenter. Thank you. SummerSlam is ready. Yes, we have Roman Reigns versus Jay, Drew versus Gunther, and big returns. Oh, they're calling a big return. All right. Little spoiler here possibly on our show. They're saying Randy Orton's returning tonight on SummerSlam. So let's find out.
Spoiler.
I'm gonna mispronounce your name. I apologize. It looks like Ardonlu. All right, so thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We also have a YouTube channel.
We'll be talking about today's SummerSlam later.
We will be doing predictions. Yes, please follow us and subscribe on YouTube. And we will be talking about SummerSlam predictions after this, so please stick with us. All right, so we got 2 matches on our fantasy card: Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio, and we have TLC 2000. I just want to put 2002 so we know where we got that one from. All right. What are we thinking next? Anyone really feel good about some stuff? I can get away. I can take some stuff away.
I think Matt's up to give a suggestion.
Well, I think going back to my Mr. SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, you always think of that John Cena match, but I think the year before, the one with CM Punk, I think that deserves to be on here. The no disqualification.
So the Brock matches are where we're going to get very difficult because he has a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Brock versus Rock is a hard match to like not put on there also. And then there was another one I had for Brock.
And I got Brock and Taker. I got
Brock and Taker too. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got Brock versus Punk on here too though.
I also have Brock, Roman, Braun, and Joe from 2017, that 4-way where they just went batshit nuts.
That's fair.
So there's a bunch of Brock ones on there. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Lesnar should be on here somewhere. I just don't know which one to do.
Yeah,
personally.
I agree.
I had Brock Rock highlighted on mine as like what I would probably do to get the Rock on there. But
we can circle back because we're talking about unanimous right now.
Okay, so we'll circle back to Brock, but we know there's a Brock match somewhere, so I'm going to put him in there.
Okay.
Why did this happen? Hold on.
First time Danny has ever used a computer.
All right, so we got Brock in there somewhere. I'm going to throw one out.
Well, if we're doing that, I think we'd have to put just a Bret Hart, like circle back, but I think there should be a Bret Hart match.
I can suggest
that was the next match I was going to bring up.
Okay, there you go.
So Bret Hart was the next guy I was going to bring up, and I personally have it narrowed down to 2.
Yep.
I think Bret Hart versus British Bulldog,
yep.
1992, one of the greatest match, and Bret Hart versus Owen Hart in that cage match. Yeah. That was I think my favorite Bret Hart match. So
I was gonna lean Bret and Owen. Yeah,
I'm totally down for that. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart cage match.
Which I do want to say, just a shout out though. Owen Hart, Ken Shamrock, Lions End match.
That was a good
one
of
my
too.
favorite ones. So we lose that one with this, but
I had that one too.
Do we remember what year that was? Was that 94?
That was 94.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really like Bret and Bulldog. I feel like Bret just carried Bulldog through the whole thing.
Well, Bulldog was drugged out of his mind, and Bret Hart literally called the match on the spot because he couldn't remember anything.
He did, and that was impressive. But for me, that doesn't really make it like that great. I don't know.
No.
My first time
I thought the match was still good, but like compared to Owen Hart, once I put it out there,
it was the story. It was England.
Yeah, for sure. And it was also the rest of the card wasn't that great compared to that match.
Bret and Owen was awesome.
All right, cool. So we got 3 definite matches so far.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have any more unanimous though. Right?
I don't know. I got 2 more that I think could be unanimous.
Right, same.
Throw them
All
out.
right.
Let's do it.
Triple H versus HBK 2002. Unless you have another Triple H or HBK match.
No, it was on my list. I don't know if it was going to be unanimous though, but
Fair.
I would be okay with that.
I also have, just throwing out there, if we want to definitely do the unanimous ones, Mankind versus Undertaker in that Boiler Room Brawl.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, we're good with that one? All right.
That was on mine too. I was trying to think of something to kind of like cheek it up. It was different on the show. Okay, so that puts us what, 5 or 4 now?
We're at 4 definites, and we just got to figure out the Brock match.
Yeah. And if anyone in the chat thinks we're snubbing something,
yeah, if you guys think that we're not making good decisions, throw it out there. Let me know.
Hey, we're still diving in.
Or if there's a match that we're just not saying that or not thinking of, maybe we're not there yet.
So I don't know how you guys feel, but I do think the Daniel Bryan John Cena would be a good one.
Okay,
I got Bryan and Cena on my list as well, technically.
Here's my question about that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're doing Daniel Bryan and Cena,
does it kick out Triple H because if he was a special guest referee?
Are we just going to do that match on its own? All the post-match stuff doesn't count?
Oh, because it's got the word
in my head when I wrote that down, it was just John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. No post-match bullshit. Technically, if you look at like match card results, that is a separate match that happened because that was a different ring, that was a different bell, that was a different count. So that is technically
if that doesn't happen on our show. If that doesn't happen on our show, everything after, I'm cool with it. If we're gonna do Cena though, I liked personally Seth and Cena more. That was the winner takes all U.S. versus World Champion when Jon Stewart came out. So I like that Cena match the most.
You know what's funny?
I can live.
If we're talking about Seth, I like the Balor-Seth match more than that.
Oh, the Universal or the SummerSlam,
the inaugural one.
Yeah, so those are all on the table. You know, okay. I wouldn't mind any of those matches being on our card. We just got to figure out which one we want to go with. But I did like the Danielson Cena match.
You mean Daniel Bryan?
I don't know who that is. No idea.
I wanna put one out there that might help us like take out some guys, but really just like 2 or 3 guys. What about the Elimination Chamber match from like 2003? That was the Goldberg one. No, you guys weren't a fan.
I don't remember it, but you said Goldberg, so I'm out.
Well, that was just the easiest way to remind you of that Elimination Chamber one.
The only thing memorable about that one is I think that was the show when Goldberg came out and got scared by his own pyro and like almost fell.
No, that's when he got burned by his own pyro.
Yeah, and he almost fell. It was hysterical.
All right.
I have a suggestion. I want to bring to the table. I think this is something we're going to really need on our card to split things up and give it room to breathe. I think we should go with the match made in heaven, 1991, the main event, Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth marriage.
No, get the hell out of here.
I think we need it on the show, guys.
Jesus Christ. Why am I listening to him today? All right.
No, that was the main event.
But speaking of letting things breathe, I have one that I think is definitely not on your guys' list. That
I meant that, by the way.
It's not a match.
It was a match.
It's a segment. It's a segment.
It is a segment.
All right. Fair enough. We'll table it.
But I loved Virgil versus Ted DiBiase for the $1 million title. That was an unbelievable match. I loved it as a child.
It was a good match as a child. I do agree with you with that. It was a good match as a child.
Virgil was Ted DiBiase's stooge for years.
I'm not voting for that.
Oh, you guys don't know how to.
I'll think about it. I'll come back. I'll circle around to it like you asked.
Put a poll up.
It's 2 out of 3. It's 2 out of 3.
Let's get the chat. I think the chat's on my side.
Another match I'll throw out there for us to think about a little bit: Jericho versus Benoit, 2 out of 3 falls match. That was a pretty dope match. That's a little different, depending on what we're trying to do with the card. Yeah. I got a couple tag.
Virgil did not murder anybody. Just throwing that out there.
Not wrong. All right, so just because I don't have it up on my screen, so
Yeah.
we're at 4 for sure, right?
Yes, we
four,
have
four for sure with a Brock 5.
Kurt versus Ray, Tag Team TLC, Brett versus Owen cage match, Undertaker versus Mankind Boiler Room Brawl, and then the whatever Brock match we decide between Brock Rock, Brock Punk, and Brock Cena.
Which
So
I
at
think
this
you could,
point,
I
I
think
think
there's I think there's a lot more you could do with Cena and the Brock Cena match. I know it started Suplex City, but what was it, like a 2-minute match?
no, I mean it was long, but it wasn't
Or
like a
whatever.
great.
It felt
It
it was
yeah.
a squash. It was a squash
Yeah,
It was
so
a
regardless.
Cena squash.
So it
You don't
seems
see
like
many of those.
maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like we at this point we really want to get Brock, Cena, and Seth on our show. Those 3 in some way, right?
Yeah.
Seth, yeah, Cena and Brock for sure.
Are we disrespecting the tribal chief?
But we also can't forget, like, there's so many good matches, bro.
That was our first guest. You need to respect.
Also, oh no, that'd be another ladder match. I would say Triple H versus Rock ladder match. Like, that's another one that we haven't talked about.
I do. You brought it up before. I think maybe Michaels and Hunter street fight was a good one. And it gets to
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit. 2002 is like the best one.
Yeah, my
But,
opinion,
like,
2002 is the best one.
here's my thing. If we're gonna do Triple H and Shawn Michaels, we can't do Brock and Rock. Just me personally. We can't have 3 of our 8 matches from one night.
I mean, it's so good.
That's just me.
But I'm fine with.
It is. I just want it to
I'm
be a
fine
little
with-
different.
Yeah, I'm fine with Triple H, HBK, Brock versus Punk. I think of all 3 of the Brock matches, I think that's my favorite.
that was a great match.
I loved Brock versus Rock as a kid, but Brock versus Punk was just like that was a great match.
If you want to pull a fast one, Triple H and HBK was unsanctioned, so it wouldn't take up a match spot if you really wanted to.
That could be the number 9.
But,
I gave us 9 spots.
Ah.
Just putting that out there. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the number.
So do we
I'm gonna
want
put that in the number 9 spot.
do we
and
want to pencil in?
We'll come back to it. So Triple H versus HBK.
So do we want to pencil?
Hmm?
We're gonna write in Brock and Punk.
Yeah.
I think Brock and Punk.
Then I feel like that puts us now at 6, I believe.
Yep.
Right?
Correct.
That was 11, right? Brock versus Punk? No, that wasn't 2011. What year was
13,
Brock versus
13,
Punk?
13.
2013.
Yeah, it was 13.
So technically 2 more matches. If we want to count the unsanctioned as an unsanctioned match, we got 3 more matches.
Wait, for now, let's count it. Count it on our list.
All right, so we're at
Yeah,
6.
yeah. All right.
So that takes out Brock versus Rock. That takes out. Oh, Daniel Bryan versus
You go
John
back.
Cena. Then, right? Why would we not put that match in? What unless there's another Cena match?
He was saying Seth.
Oh, Seth and Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth and Cena would be mine personally. There's also Cena and Styles was really good.
Cena and Styles was very good.
That's
Fuck,
another
forgot
one I
about
had.
Styles.
I mean, I also have Edge and Cena from 2006.
Can't use
Edge is
that.
out.
Oh, that's right, Edge is out. Duh.
I think
And then I mean-
Cena Seth was a good match. Like the Daniel Bryan match was a good match, but it was elevated by everything that happened too. So
Yeah.
Seth
Yeah.
and Cena kind of stands on its own.
All right, sounds like we got 2 votes for Seth Rollins versus John Cena, and that was from what year?
15. We're at 7, right? We got
actually-
one.
Was the cage match was for the Hart versus Hart cage match? That was for the WWE Championship, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
that's
think so.
technically our only title match right now. Kurt versus Ray wasn't for a belt. Brock versus Punk wasn't for a belt. The tag team title match we got for the TLC belts, and then I think this is the
Seth and Cena was.
and then Seth and Cena. That's what I'm saying. That's our next one. So I'm gonna put WWF Championship technically. Championship match.
That was winner take all. The U.S. title was on the line too for Seth and Cena.
I don't know how I want to write. Oh, I'll figure out how we wrote that. And this is all right. Well, we got one more match
It's
left.
coming
Then.
together. All right.
So just throwing out a few from my list now that we're taking people off. I still got the Jericho Benoit match. Usos versus the New Day from 2017 was a pretty good match. If you guys saw that one, can't use that. Can't use. I can't use a lot of these. That's all
funny.
I got left that I can use.
Usos New Day was on mine too from the pre-show. Because I remember, I think that was one where like the titles changed and everything, and they went out there like mad if they were on the pre-show, and they killed it. So I'd probably be okay with that. I figured I'll run through some more that I have just to get them out there.
Yeah.
I did put the very first main event ever, Hogan Savage versus Andre and DiBiase, on my list. That's just from like it wasn't terrible. It was, the very first SummerSlam main event. So I threw it on there just to give it a shout out. I'll still throw out the match made in heaven as a nice palate cleanser. Let's see. I put Razor Ramon DiBiase, but I don't know or Diesel versus Razor at 94 as well. I also liked Alundra Blaze versus Bull Nakano. If we did want to do a women's match, it's an older one, but if you guys don't remember it and don't want it, that's cool. But
no, I remember that match. That was a good match.
I don't, but I think it would be good to get a women's match on here.
The only other women's match I had was the second Belair versus Becky match, not the one where she stunned her and won in like 20 seconds, or the Trish versus Charlotte match, because that was like Trish's like first comeback back when everyone's like hyped about it. Older generation versus new generation kind of thing. But I think
I had Bianca and Becky as well.
I don't mind putting in a women's match. The way it kind of shook out, we have a spot for it.
Yep.
So.
And this really is how WWE does it, isn't it? Shit.
Or
I'm just making sure there's nothing I missed. But I think we got like.
I'm gonna in the 9th spot. I'm gonna put the Usos versus the New Day as a dark match.
That'll be our kickoff. Oh man.
Oh, pre-show.
Yeah, they're our pre-show. Put them on the kickoff. All right, and yeah, from there, I mean, I guess if we're gonna do a women's match, I'm okay with the. Yeah.
We could jam in the women's match, or we could say, is that women's match better than the Jericho Benoit? Or do we separate Seth? Do we go with the Seth Finn and separate and go Cena, Daniel Bryan? Spread those out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are
like there's
3 options we got there. Anyone at home? What do you guys think? Should we go with the women's match? Should we separate Rollins and Cena and get 2 more matches out of there that we think were good? Should we go with the Jericho versus Benoit 2 out of 3 falls match? Any opinions from anyone watching would be very much appreciated, because we are at a standstill for this last match. That doesn't help. Little cricket head. I think he's trying to wake up the audience. Be like, hey.
Let's take a vote.
What if we all vote for something different?
Then we go from there.
I mean, at this point, we're just trying to pick one more match, right?
Yeah. I think.
Well, all right. So. Yeah.
I'm just a lurker. Oh, that's I think that's great.
Optimus Prime.
I think so.
Welcome, Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime in the house.
Prime. Oh, that's like Logan Paul. We'll get to that later. Logan Paul. I think we keep Seth versus Cena, because that's what we decided was like the best match. If we're playing the best fantasy card, we keep that. And then I'm gonna go for Jericho versus Benoit, because the 2 out of 3 falls match is just something different to put into the card. I think I'm going for it mainly for the stipulation.
I'm okay with it. I won't give too much pushback.
And match to match, I think that was a better match than the Bianca Becky. We would just be jamming that match in.
I agree.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, as unfortunate as it sounds, Bianca and Becky was only as good as it was because the year before was so shit.
Exactly.
Anything they did that night would have been amazing in comparison.
I
It
agree.
was still okay, but
Sorry,
they
ladies.
had to deliver.
We're gonna have to do a ladies' night wrestling edition one of these days. Maybe
I'm alright with that.
Episode 50.
Yeah, we'll give them a chance.
I'm just
All
trying to
right,
figure
so I
out
think
what year that 2 out of 3 falls match was.
It was 2000.
It was 2000? Yeah.
Got it all written down.
All
Really bummed
right.
we didn't put the match made in heaven in. But all right.
So we got some of the card kind of figured out already. We're gonna put the pre-show obviously at the top here. Can I just drag this? Yes. So I'm gonna put the pre-show.
Let me see if I can
What?
pull it up.
Cut the other stuff.
Yeah. Why does it? Oh, I got an idea. Duh, Danny.
All right.
Where'd it go?
Nicely done.
Shut up. Done. See? Now it's done. You son of a.
There you go.
All right, so our pre-show is the Usos versus New Day. Then we got Kurt Angle versus Ray as our opener. All right. From there,
Cool.
we have a bunch of matches that we can go to next. I don't know where we want to go.
I think.
Or do we want to choose the main event, make it easier that way?
Okay. Yeah.
Because the main event, we only have really two options, I think. Three options. We could do Hart versus Hart, Rollins versus Cena, or Triple H versus HBK.
What about tag team TLC? That's not main event worthy.
They've never done a tag team match as the main event.
Right. Well, of those three,
I wouldn't.
I would say Hart.
I wouldn't.
Hart.
I think Hart versus Hart as well.
Yeah.
You cool with that?
I can see. I mean, we can move it if we need to, but I can. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, how it looks for now. We'll marinate on that. All right. Technically, you do the boiler room.
I think we can do TLC after Kurt and Ray.
Cool.
Honestly,
Okay.
I'm not just from looking at this.
Maybe follow that up with the boiler room.
With the right after TLC.
No.
I would do maybe. Oh wait, they're all special teams.
2 out of 3 falls. I was thinking 2 out of 3 falls.
All right.
Okay.
Go the technical route with 2 out of 3 falls.
And then boiler room.
No, then I would do Seth and Cena. Just me talking out loud, by the way. If you guys don't,
No,
I'm
doing what you're doing to look at it to see how it like kind of sits. So Seth and Cena, all right. Then you got either boiler room, unsanctioned match, or Brock versus Punk.
I was gonna say I don't see Punk and Brock on the picture there.
Yeah, it went off because we have a space. There it is.
Okay, I would do boiler room brawl here after Seth and Cena. All right, I feel bad. I'm taking over.
No, go ahead.
Let me see.
And then I think you leave Brock versus Punk there.
Yeah.
And then the unsanctioned match.
I like that order.
So let's see how this looks. Pre-show, Kurt versus Ray. TLC. 2 out of 3 falls. Rollins versus Cena. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Any grips there, Matt?
No.
All right, so
yeah, I think it's good.
So this is our SummerSlam fantasy card based on memory and research of we thought was the best SummerSlam matches, kind of spread out with only, again, one wrestler appearing per match, so we couldn't double up on anyone. And yeah, tell us at home what you think, if you like it, if you think we snubbed someone, if you think we snubbed a match, if you think we don't have the right order, if you think our order is a little different, if you want a different opener or a different main event. But this seems like a pretty solid card, I think. I'm just looking it over. It's really spread out. We got from 94, 96, and then we got even some recent stuff in 2017. I And the only one that repeated is 2002, right? Oh no, 2000 also repeated. 2000, 2002 both have two matches.
I think we nailed it.
That's pretty dope. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that little segment. It was a nice little SummerSlam fantasy card. Speaking of that, then let's do a nice hard turn to what are some of the worst matches you guys found when researching this. And when I did my worst, it wasn't just like I don't know, some random nasty boys versus some stupid like crap team. I was looking at like hyped up main events or like really promoted big matches that just like flopped. My first one that I just have hated since I saw it was The Undertaker versus The Undertaker. I thought that was like one of the worst matches. Even as a kid, I knew like this is dumb. Like this doesn't make sense. One guy doesn't really like seem like the real guy. I wasn't a fan of it.
I love that match.
Did you really?
I was fooled.
That's so funny.
I'm glad he had the purple gloves on because I would have had no idea who was who.
That's so funny.
Honestly, Matt, same. I just watched it like 2 days ago. I was like, what is going on? Who is this man?
Did you like the match though?
Oh no, it was bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. But I was completely fooled. I was like, one has purple on, one has gray.
Which year was the Undertaker match? I believe that was 94?
I think it was 4 or 5. I think it was 4 though. I think it went on. Yeah, because it went on after
94.
The match.
I recommend watching it.
94.
If you haven't seen it,
you should watch it just for like it was cool. It was like Undertaker versus Undertaker, and like he's right. Like they both the way they dressed him was great. The match itself just stunk, so it would be like a funny match to watch. I think the best part was just the stare down at the beginning for me. That was it.
My pick though was the '91 main event when
That's who we're answering.
Warrior and Hogan were the main event tag team.
Oh God, yeah.
That was the match when Warrior was threatening not to show up, and you could tell they just were going through the motions the whole match. It just wasn't good.
They were angry about
like,
it.
At least like the Undertaker was trying.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. No, for sure.
And for a main event, it was bad.
Agreed.
With the Warrior being fired immediately as he,
Agreed.
Like Warrior wasn't even out there for the celebration.
Goes through the curtain.
Wasn't
God, see you later.
I didn't even know that part. I mean, the match wasn't good, but yeah, I didn't know the part about Warrior. Like,
yeah, he was like holding up Vince for like what?
500,000.
500,000.
Pay me 500,000 or I'm not showing up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And he still didn't show up, really. Like he was there physically,
right.
but not.
That was crazy. That's a good call.
Maybe we'll get that on Dark Side of the Ring one day.
I think they had it in what was that Warrior hit piece? They
yeah,
they put out
the downfall or whatever.
Yeah.
The rise and decline of the Ultimate Warrior.
Warrior screwed Warrior. That's their favorite line. Brett screwed Brett. Warrior screwed Warrior.
They all screwed themselves.
What do you got?
I tried as hard as I could to pick just one. Ultimately, I did.
I
had to share my 3 runners up. I narrowed it down from like 9. So you're welcome.
I got 4. I only mentioned 1 so far.
If Virgil and DiBiase is on your list, the show's not going to make a next episode.
You're good. No, you're good. I didn't hate that match. It was fine. That was a fine match. Virgil versus Nails was dog shit. But that wasn't on my list.
Anything with Nails was dog shit. Nails sucked.
I think Nails was actually fake Undertaker.
Say something nice about Nails.
Was he? That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to look it up.
Look it up. But either way. Okay, so my runners up. Becky versus Bianca that one year, 21. And she beat her in like 30 seconds. Awful. Waste of... Killed Bianca so much. Made Becky a heel when they didn't want her to be a heel, which she probably didn't want to be. Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie that same year.
God.
Was also like 3
That
minutes.
was so bad.
This
Put out there.
guy hates women.
Braun versus Kevin Owens in 2018. It was not announced. They just randomly threw it on there when Braun was Money in the Bank holder. He beat Owens in a minute. It was awful.
Well, that was like
hated it.
That was like when Finn came out as a demon versus what's his face?
Yeah, but at least like the people he beat up sucked. This is Kevin Owens. Either way, see, I didn't like that one. But for me, my worst SummerSlam match all time: Batista versus the Great Khali, 2007.
That's a terrible match.
It lasted like 6 minutes. Khali just did his normal chops and things like that. And then he ended up hitting Batista with a chair. DQ finish. Title was on the line, by the way. DQ finish. The Batista grabs the chair, beats the shit out of Khali. Crowd cheers, all happy, but it was just awful. Waste of time.
John, I thought you were going to say Luger versus Yokozuna when they dropped the balloons for him winning by DQ.
Oh, yeah, by DQ. That was so funny.
That match was fine. Just the decision to do it that way was so stupid. I know it was with politics and stuff were in the way, but
Ridiculous.
Jesus Christ, how do you do that and think you're going to be okay?
The fake Undertaker in '94 was Undertaker's real life cousin Brian Lee, not Nails.
Guy was a star.
Wasn't Brian Lee Nails?
No. Nails was like Patrick something.
Swayze.
Oh.
Patrick Swayze. My other honorable mentions was Taker versus Giant Gonzalez in a rematch from WrestleMania 10. Stop it. You're ridiculous. Giant Gonzalez was the worst. Giant Gonzalez was the only one worse than Giant Gonzalez was like the Great Khali. Giant Gonzalez sucked.
Can I just say that my favorite thing about that match was, so they billed it as a rest in peace match. And the whole night, I'm watching it the other day, the whole night they're talking about, oh, what's this match going to be? What is it going to do? Da, 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 da. And it's just a normal match. Taker beats him. And then after the match, Paul Bear comes out with like a wreath of like the flowers for condolences on like a little wire stand. Taker puts them next to Gonzalez, does the taunt, and then Vince goes, oh, well, I guess we know what the rest in peace match was now. And I was like, what the fuck was this? Like, that didn't tell you anything. It was terrible. So that, for me, yeah, that was bad.
I just like to say, without the Giant Gonzalez, there'd be no Satnam Singh. And then...
Yeah, great. That's awesome.
A true trailblazer.
True. There'd be no Khali.
Oh, God.
There'd probably be no Andre the Giant.
Another bad match, I think you mentioned it before, Team WWE versus Team Nexus. I'm ignoring him. I'm not listening to this anymore because they're all bad.
Would be no Andre with like Giant Gonzalez? That's
I hate you. I'm done. All right. Any more dishonorable mentions?
The fucking sound effects.
I know, it's the worst. Any more dishonorable mentions?
No, I think prediction time. When does SummerSlam start tonight?
Prediction time. Pre-show starts in 9 minutes, but they don't do anything on the pre-show anymore. This is the pre-show. But SummerSlam starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's find out. So, we are going to predictions now. So we have a 8-card SummerSlam match. 8-match SummerSlam card. I don't know.
Now.
That's twice in a row I've done this. All right. We'll, with the graphic that we have coming up, we'll go from the bottom and then work our way up. So we'll start off with the Battle Royal, and then we'll go left and then up and then left once we get the graphic up, which will be coming very soon. It's next page.
And for anyone watching along, let us know your predictions as we go along in the chat as well. And we're gonna be keeping track of these predictions as well throughout the year. We're gonna pick for AEW, any big show, and we're just gonna keep track of it and see by the end of the year who has the most picks right or wrong. And the winner gets a free hat, which I guess I need because I don't have a hat, and they do.
Thank you. All right. So we're starting off with the Battle Royal tonight. Not
sponsored by.
Excuse me.
Hosted by.
Sponsored by.
Oh, sponsored by. What was it? Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. It's right there.
Yes. Shout out to our sponsor.
I wasn't even looking at that. Sponsored by Slim Jim.
Yes. Winner can pick DeFalco's hat, and a Santa Claus hat would look good on him.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Oh, man. So not all the participants have been announced. According to, I believe, LA Knight said on SmackDown last night, there are about 25 men. There have been 12 announced so far. The ones announced have been LA Knight, Sheamus, Karrion Kross, Grayson Waller, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Matt Riddle, AJ Styles, The Miz, Tommaso Ciampa, Chad Gable, and Otis. There are other ones that have not been announced, though. Maybe, like Arden Lou said before, Randy Orton makes a surprise appearance in the Battle Royal, just like the Royal Rumble. You know, who knows? Who knows these things?
He deserves better.
So what does the winner of this get? Just like a trophy?
I don't think they said anything. I thought at first it was a title shot, but that didn't come up. So I don't think they said anything.
Well, I forget. Well, I'm pretty sure I said last week they get a life-size replica of them.
Oh,
made out of
yes, you
Slim
did
Jim
bring that up. Yes, yes.
in statue form, and then they have the whole year to eat it to get the title shot. Like, it's like inside. You know, like the little dinosaurs in the soap. They have to like use to get the toy.
worst. All right.
I was thinking more like a chocolate gold coin.
Let's get to picks, please. Let's get to picks.
Well,
Okay.
What are our picks for the Battle Royal?
All right. Who wants to start?
Yeah, I'll start with LA Knight, baby. That's who I think's winning
He's
tonight.
going to be the popular choice here. I want to go LA Knight as well, but I think I also want to be different. And I'm going to go with Karrion Kross.
Ooh, all right.
dang. No, I had LA Knight written down, and I feel like I want to change it just to be different, but I'm gonna stick with LA Knight.
Just
I
keep in mind that the Battle Royal is the only match where some of us are going to be different. Every other match, we're at least two of us will pick the same thing.
He just wants LA Knight by himself. So
Yeah,
when we look at the prediction, when we look at the review, he'll be like, "Oh, I got that."
No,
right."
I'm saying the opposite. That it makes sense that you doubled up.
yeah. No. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll stick with LA Knight. I feel like he needs to. Well, he's needed to win for a while now, but I feel like if they're gonna do anything to get things going, it's gonna be here. My gut says if they're doing the screwy, like they're gonna flip it, they're gonna go with Grayson Waller. But I'm sticking with LA Knight.
See, I don't know. The only other thing that I was nervous about is maybe they go with Santos Escobar since they're trying to build him up for the title match next week, even though he's probably going to lose to Theory. Like, if you're trying to build him up and there's no stakes on the line for the Battle Royal, that's another way to go. But I think they literally made the Battle Royal so LA Knight has something to win because his popularity has gone so freaking crazy the past few weeks.
Yup.
Or maybe maybe Randy Orton does return
That's what I said.
and steals the briefcase from Damian Priest and cashes it in tonight.
But I don't think he's in the Battle Royal.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't know.
He could be. There's 13 men we don't know, so he could be. Can winner pick DeFalco's hat?
We already went over this.
Well, he asked. I just wanted to make sure.
I already answered.
Oh, my bad. I was doing this. I was like, he asked the question. I didn't know. All right. Next match we got on the card is a UFC. Oh, is it UFC or MMA that they're labeling it as? Whatever.
MMA rules.
MMA rules. MMA rules between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. What do you guys think? I started off last time, so I'll let one of you guys start.
John, your thoughts?
I'm gonna go with Shayna to win this one. Obviously we don't know details on when Ronda is leaving, but the fact that they rushed this turn to begin with, I feel like it's quick. So I think Shayna's gonna beat Ronda, and that's gonna be Ronda's like bye or farewell. I don't think she's sticking around long after this, so I'm going with Shayna.
Yeah, this is the time to push Shayna too, if they're ever gonna do it. So I agree, Shayna.
So where I'm nervous is that I don't know, since we don't know if Rousey's leaving and they're doing like an MMA match, they might try to run this back and do a rematch, but this might also be their only match because it's an MMA match. So that's where it's like, so I think I'm gonna go with Baszler also because I don't think they're running this back. If they were running it back, I'd go with Rousey, but I don't think they're running it back. So I'm gonna go with Baszler on this. All right.
Although next month is Payback.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they run it back at Payback, that's gonna be annoying. But the longest running feud, it feels like for years it's been running at this point. Salvador loves it because he just recently saw it, but we've been watching this for months. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. What do we think?
I mean, you got Suplex City, you got Mr. SummerSlam,
Mr.
you got a
SummerSlam.
monster, and you're taking on a guy coming from a second-rate promotion. Brock Lesnar wins this match.
Wow. Second rate promotion, he said.
the only promotion I watch too.
Matt's favorite promotion is a second-rate promotion.
That's what they
All
tell me.
right,
That's what I've heard. It's hot on the
I'm
streets.
I'm going with Cody.
Alright.
To me, it's got to be Cody. I mean, they're 1-1. This is like the rubber match. What's the point if it's not Cody? I mean, if you're building him up to do something at next WrestleMania, it has to be the payoff and then move on. I almost think Randy comes back here. Personally, the thing is, they've never explained why Brock is doing any of this. Like, ever in the 4 months they've been telling the story.
Does he need a reason to kick ass?
He just hates Cody.
He
I don't know. Like a lot of people just hate Cody Rhodes.
He's got a stupid tattoo on his neck.
That could be the only reason. I saw the tattoo. I gotta get rid of it. He's gonna rip the tattoo off Cody's neck today.
He might.
That's my prediction.
You know,
put the kids
you
to
just
bed
gave me
early.
a great idea. You just gave me a great idea, Matt.
Yeah.
So we've had decades of hair versus hair matches. We're gonna do a laser tattoo removal match.
Or
Cody,
also Brock gets rid of the gun, the stupid gun on his chest.
Sword.
The sword.
Or whatever.
It's like
whatever.
brass knuckle sword thing.
I thought it was like one of the 1776 pistols.
This is genius. Laser removal match. I'm writing that down.
I'm gonna go also with Cody. I think in his words, he needs to finish his story in a sense. This is just one of them. All right, but I don't know. I don't understand the reason for this feud if it's not to put Cody over. So I'm gonna go with Cody as well.
Here comes
anything they do with Brock. They never.
That's fair. Next match, we got the Maverick, Logan Paul versus Ricochet. I'll start this one off. I think this is finally when they give Logan Paul like a pay-per-view win because it's Ricochet. I think they're building it up for that, so I'm gonna go with Logan for this one.
Yeah, I don't have this confirmed, but I'm pretty sure because his brother has a big fight as well. It's in Logan's contract that he needs to win. So I think Logan Paul...
Not confirmed, though. Not confirmed.
I think Logan Paul he's going over on this one.
Yeah,
John?
I thought you were gonna say that he had to go on first because I don't know if you know, but they are the first match tonight.
Are they really? That's awesome.
Logan has to get to
Maybe
Dallas because I think that they're opening with Logan and Ricochet because Logan has to get, I think, to Dallas for the his brother's fight.
That's so funny.
No, I'm not even joking.
That makes complete sense. That's just so funny.
Yeah. So
hope his brother gets fucked.
Yeah. The only person Logan's beaten on pay-per-view since joining is The Miz early.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Logan's winning tonight.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Next match is the match that I'm just so upset about with the bill, but it is what it is. I believe this is the WWE Women's Championship match. Because Rhea has the World Women's Championship. So triple threat match. Now, we got Asuka versus Bianca versus Charlotte. And this is probably the match that I don't know. It could go really any way. And I don't know if I should go with my heart or what I think that the WWE will do. You know what I mean?
I think.
So just to ask for the sake of doing our picks, with the Money in the Banks looming over these matches, are we counting? No, I'm being serious. Are we counting EO as a right or wrong pick if she doesn't cash in at all? How are we doing that?
If you want to go EO,
if you want to go EO, that's well. See, here's the thing though, because what if EO cashes in after the match?
So
that's why I'm asking.
Make a bonus pick.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Well, either way, I'll make my pick first.
Yeah, go. Say your pick.
Oh, sorry, you were going.
He was saying, how do you do a bonus pick? I would say, you say, oh, I think Asuka's gonna win, but EO cashes in after, so EO walks out.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
You get a nicer hat, I guess, if you get it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want a nicer hat.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your pick?
I'm going with Asuka to win the match and no cash in. Okay. Asuka walks out of SummerSlam as champion. We could just do it as that, who walks out as champ, but I'm going with us.
I'm gonna go with Mrs. SummerSlam because this I do have confirmed. It's in Charlotte's contract. She has to have a title every 30 days, so it's been overdue. So she does her figure 8 and gets out of here before EO could do anything.
Any cash-in?
No cash.
No cash-in.
Wow.
I'm gonna go. See, you know what the funny thing is? No disrespect to Bianca. This is exactly what I was talking about. My heart, which I want Asuka to go because I love Asuka and I think she should go over. Or do I think WWE is gonna? What is Charlotte 14 time?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
So it does. It does. So do I think they're gonna do like the 15 time now? Try to get it closer? Are they gonna hold that off? Because I'm hoping they eventually do Asuka versus Io, I'm gonna stick with Asuka for this pick. All right.
Wow. All three of us went Asuka. Oh no, you went Charlotte.
You went Charlotte.
Right.
Intercontinental Championship match, which I'm gonna say right now might be my match of the night.
Wow.
Because Gunther on pay-per-view has been a rock star, I think, with a lot of his matches. And if him and Drew just go out and do anything near what like they did at WrestleMania, it's gonna be crazy. So with that being said, I think Gunther's retaining, my opinion, my pick. Gunther.
Yeah, I have to agree because I just think it would be, I don't know. Drew, I watched a little bit of the build-up. It just, I don't know, it doesn't feel... Feels like they just needed something to do with Gunther.
And what does Drew get from, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think Drew...
He gets the Intercontinental title.
That's a good point. That is a good point. But, you know, if Gunther...
That's fair. That's fair.
Gunther's going to keep going with his reign of terror, I believe. Not
Yeah,
This is quack, quack.
We
don't do that on this one. We don't do that on this one.
This match tonight, this is my shucky ducky quack quack match of the night.
I think we have to copyright that. Stop it. We're gonna get canceled.
All right. All right, so you win that, right? You good?
Yeah, Gunther.
Right, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going with Walter to win. Because I think like not even a month from now, he passes the all-time record. He's that close right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I this close, I don't think they kill it. I think they're going all the way.
Drew, one on the right.
So yeah, Walter.
Not Walter. All right, 2 more matches left, and they are both our big main events. The first one is I forgot the official name for it. I'm just going to call it the World Heavyweight Title match, but I know there's probably more to it. With Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. As always,
go first.
for those of you watching at home, let us know your predictions. Let us know if you think we're completely off with some of our picks or whatever you feel, man. Give us some love.
Be sure to hit that follow button.
Follow
I think
us.
it's over here. It might be over here.
Follow us.
I don't know.
We're real close to the number, guys. Follow us. Get your friends to follow us.
Join
Get
us.
your mom to follow us. Mom's
Join
like
us.
All right.
All right.
I think it's obvious this one. I would love for Finn to win and get that title back and get that run back, but Seth is on a hot streak, and I don't see them taking the title off him anytime soon. So I think I'm going to go with Seth for this one, retaining.
What about cash in?
No cash in. No cash in.
Okay, Matt.
So I think I got a little spicy hot take here.
More insider info.
No, I didn't confirm this with anyone. I think Finn Balor wins this title, and then Damian Priest cashes in on Finn Balor and takes over Judgment Day. And then he kneels down to Rhea, and Rhea is the new leader of Judgment Day.
Rhea is the leader. Like, let's be honest here. You could say all you want, it's Finn. Rhea is leading this charge for sure. Oh, I didn't make that nice because I didn't think you were going to include it. Okay.
Damn.
I also don't know
Yeah,
if I spelled the name right, so that's why I didn't want to show it.
I never made a pick for this one. It's still 50-50 on my list. I really don't know what they're gonna do. I think no cash in no matter what. I'm gonna play it safe and just stick with Seth retaining, but I would not be surprised if Finn won it tonight. It's not that clear to me. So I'm going with Seth, no cash in.
Seth, no cash in. All right. And last but not least, the biggest main event on SummerSlam history. All right, because we have a title reign of over, depending on who you talk to, anywhere from 1,000 to 4,000 days. Versus main event Jey Uso, who is taking over the bloodline tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, just gentlemen I'm talking to. Maybe ladies at home.
It could be ladies amongst us in the
Maybe
chat.
ladies at home. But I'm just talking to two gentlemen. So, gentlemen, what do you think?
I wish I saved my cash in for this match, but that would have made no sense. I'll keep it short and simple. You guys can get more in depth on this, but I feel like personally, if Jey Uso wins this match, they wasted the whole storyline, and it's a waste of time. Wasted
what?
Everyone's time.
A waste of time if Jey wins?
Yes. Jey Uso should never be champion.
What? That's a strong statement.
No.
He stinks. He said he stinks.
He stinks. He's okay. Wow. He's a B+ player. To quote my favorite guy, Triple H.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about this.
So what you're saying is you're
so you're saying Roman.
I'm saying Roman.
With Jey Uso.
I would not.
What are you saying, John?
My mindset on it is, at this point, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you still. Fool me a third time, then shame on me. I'm going with Roman Reigns at this point until I am wrong. Because they did it with Sammy, they did it with Drew, they did it with Cody. I'm not buying in. Roman's winning this damn thing, and he's rolling on. They did. I don't know if you guys saw SmackDown. You did, Danny. They did the same damn thing on SmackDown with Jey that they did with Cody before Mania. They had Jey fight Solo one-on-one in the main event, and Jey beat Solo clean. Same fucking shit they did with Cody, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, he did it! This is gonna happen." Nope. So I am sticking with Roman Reigns, no doubt.
And if they have, I don't know, if they have Roman lose this streak on SummerSlam, like at this point, it has to be WrestleMania. The way they talk of WrestleMania, but that's just one man's opinion, and I don't even watch, so what do I know?
You know a lot. Stop that.
Damn, I don't. Man, this is a hard one.
Take Jey because we both picked.
I kind of want to take Jey, but like, they're not going to give it to Jey because they just don't make the right decision.
Jey wins this title. The stock drops tomorrow. Are they still publicly traded?
was that the right? Did I say the right thing?
Well, I don't know if they're still publicly traded when they.
Oh shit! Unfortunately, I hate to say it, I gotta go with Roman. It's gonna be Roman. It should be Jey. I disagree with you. I think Jey deserves it. I think Jey would be a good champion, even if it's a short run, just to give the belt to someone else. Because like now after this, they have to just now come up with a brand new challenger, another story. Like this one's done. They fucked it up with Cody. They fucked it up with Drew. I know you said Sammy, but I'm going back to last year or however many years ago with Drew. Like they messed it up with Drew. I think they messed up so many times along the way that like
I got it for you. Roman wins, and then to close the show, if you smell, and they start building up for WrestleMania.
But that would be dumb. I would actually hate if The Rock is the one who takes his belt off him. That would be, in my opinion, the worst decision. That would be worse than your opinion of Jey.
Jey would be a transition champ at best.
This is a comment for you two. I don't really know how to comment on this. Rhea Ripley is OD Sexy, Prove Me Wrong by Fender Jazzmaster 133.
They're not wrong.
You're not wrong. He said you're not wrong, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not attracted to Rhea or her gender, but she wears very nice outfits for a straight guy, I think.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this:
stockings and everything.
The goth thing's a little much for me, but I get some people are into it.
You don't want her to be your model.
Listen,
nah.
Danny, if she gave you the chance, if she offered to step on you, you would let her.
Step on me?
Taking a turn.
All right. With that note, just to do a recap of our picks before we let you guys go for the night and enjoy SummerSlam in 45 minutes. Two of us picked LA Knight to win the Battle Royal. Myself and Juicebox. Matt picked Karrion Kross. All three of us picked Shayna Baszler to beat Ronda Rousey. Myself and Juicebox picked Cody Rhodes to beat Brock Lesnar. Matt stuck with his Mr. SummerSlam pick of Brock Lesnar to win tonight. All three of us picked Logan Paul to win. Two of us, myself and Juicebox, picked Asuka to retain and no cash-in. Matt picked Charlotte to be our new women's champion with no cash-in. All three of us picked Gunther to retain.
John actually picked Walter.
Oh, he picked Walter, sorry. Yeah. Myself and Matt picked Seth to retain with no cash-in. Matt, with probably the most exciting, I think, prediction of the night, picked Finn to win, and then Damian to cash in on Finn after the match. So I kind of hope that happens. Like, as much as I picked Seth to retain, I want that more. And then finally, all three of us picked Roman Reigns to retain. Unfortunately, I don't want to.
Friend of the show.
He probably
good friend of the show.
Good friend
Roman
of the show.
Reigns.
Good friend of the show.
Can I give one bonus pick before we go?
What's the bonus?
Or should I wait?
Well, go ahead with the bonus. Yeah, why not?
Because it's not SummerSlam.
Okay, say it anyway.
CM Punk retains tonight the real champion against Ricky Starks.
Oh my god. Though, one other thing I was gonna bring up.
He's got his CM Punk shirt on.
That was just over his head. My one last question, which I didn't get to when we were talking about it, for the main event, for the Bloodline match, does Jimmy come back tonight, and does he side with Jay?
Oh.
Yes and yes.
Maybe that's why Jay loses, because Jimmy betrays Jay tonight.
And they all fall back in line. They all fall back in line.
If they do that, they've completely lost the plot. I'm sorry.
If Jay wins, they completely lost the plot, so...
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather Jay win than they do that.
Interesting. All right.
All fall back in line. Rebuild Cody after he beats Brock.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's SummerSlam edition. I hope you enjoyed our fantasy SummerSlam card, and I hope you enjoyed all our predictions for tonight's SummerSlam 2023 event. So, should be a good one. We had a lot of fun. We hope you guys had fun. Please don't forget, this week, Monday, will be a different type of Twitch stream. Juicebox will be playing AEW Fight Forever live. So please join in, comment, make fun of him. Hopefully he does bad and loses some matches. That would be hilarious. But please join in on Monday, usual time at 7 p.m. Other than that, thank you guys for joining and have a great night.
Yeah, yo, be good. Maybe I get to do the intro next time. It's just me. Are we off? Yeah, fuck those bitches. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm good at this point. What? Okay. Bye. Later. Enjoy Ireland. See you win.
Let's